That's crazy. What's up, YouTube? This is Shabazz, and I'm back with another CBD hemp flower review. What's up, y'all? My name is Shabazz, and I make educational, informative, and entertaining content about CBD, hemp flower, alternative cannabinoids, cannabis accessories, and cannabis in general. If that sounds right for you, make sure you hit that subscribe button. What's up to all my connoisseurs? Hope you're staying healthy, hope you're staying safe. Welcome back to another video. Today we have a returning vendor to the channel. It's becoming sort of a tradition that I review this vendor every year when they harvest. They're an outdoor farm. I've never been disappointed with what they have. Out of Medford, Oregon, I'm talking about Elli Hou Farms. Like I said, for the past couple years, I've been reviewing them when they drop their new harvest right now in the fall. I don't think they get enough attention. They have reasonable prices. They have a good selection of strains. They have different strains every year. And the quality, I mean, honestly, it's top 3 best outdoor hemp flower so far. So this year, they dropped a bunch of new strains. I got 4 of them to check out today. And shout out to Elli Hou. They sent me a t-shirt and this Elli Hou beanie. Perfect for the cold weather that's coming up. It's a cool little bit of merch to rep a cannabis brand. It's not too loud. It has a tiny little weed leaf on there. Something subtle, not sponsored. All right, and for the flower, we got lemon octane, sour lifter, Chem fruit funk, and the wedding cake. All right, the package did come with a letter to law enforcement, letter to UPS, whatever, that's Mando, and test results, full color. All right, let's get down to it. All right, so I'm gonna start off with the wedding cake because I had the strain last year. Last year it wasn't something I was super impressed with. It was probably like one of my least favorites of all their lineup. Elli Hou has had a whole year to improve their farming game though, so we're gonna check this out. I believe that this might have actual wedding cake genetics in it, a high CBD cross. I don't know the genetics off the top of my head for these new strains from Elli Hou, so I'll put them down here. All right, and this wedding cake comes in at 12% CBD, 0.45% total THC. Not too high, still respectable numbers. All right, that's what it looks like in the bag. Same packaging, regular Mylar bag. They got these new logos on it with their new sticker. That's dope. All right, let's crack this open. Like I said, last year, wasn't too impressed by this. Let's see. All right, not bad. So, I haven't tried, but I've smelled actual wedding cake and ice cream cake. This smells like a very watered down version of those. Sweet, a little bit of like a cologne accent, slightest amount of kush on there. Not very citrusy, not a lot of myrcene. This has the foundation to smell like good marijuana, but it's just, it's very faint. It smells good though, much better than last year. This smells good. If you were to take actual like wedding cake or ice cream cake, good stuff, and turn the volume down to about 50%, that's what you'll have. Very similar terpene profile, just not as loud, not as pungent. I think if this was grown indoors though, the smell would be much better and much more closer to the high THC version. All right, let's get it out onto a tray. Very chunky, very full, dense, robust nugs. I gotta say the trim on this is nice. Definitely looks like a solid hand trim, very tight, very manicured. These nugs are dense, listen to this. I mean, these nugs are rock solid. Like, let's do a split. With nugs this dense, I like to break them open. Oh man, oh my God. That's a struggle. Ooh, this smells a lot better on the inside. This strain has potential. I would love to see this grown indoors. I think it would smell very close to the high THC version. You know what? I wasn't planning on smoking any of this today, but checking it out, splitting it up and smelling that smell on the inside, I'm too tempted. I gotta go for it. So let me break some of this down. I'm gonna put a high resolution image of it here. All right, breaking that down was wild to say the least. Do not attempt to break this down with your fingers. Don't even try. If you try to break this down with your fingers, you will fail. It is impossible. This is super dense and probably the stickiest outdoor hemp flower I've had so far. I have a layer of finger hash just from breaking down a little 1/2 gram nug. That was not fun. A grinder is not recommended. A grinder is necessary. Let's get to it. So dense, it's hard to even burn down. Very smooth smoke, kind of a good taste. Some kush notes on the flavor. That's good stuff. Really smooth, cushy on the flavor. I like it. Right, and of course, got it in the vaporizer. Let's check that out.
Oh God, it's so good.
That's crazy. I'm vaping at about 400 degrees. The flavor on this is wicked. I mean, it is devilishly good. The terpene profile is, it doesn't taste like cannabis at all. It tastes like aloe vera water or something. Like, you ever had, I don't even know what to compare this to.
So good. So good and tasty.
That flavor is so wild. It tasted pretty good smoking it, but vaping it, this is a contender for the best tasting strain I've had in the vaporizer so far. So far, I am super impressed with this strain. It smells good out of the bag, but not super pungent, but breaking it down, it gets loud. It smells like wedding cake, ice cream cake, those type of THC strains. Smoking it, it's smooth. It tastes really good. On the smoothness scale, I'm gonna have to give this one about a 4.5 out of 5. It's almost perfect. The slightest amount of harshness there, but really smooth, really nice. The flavor is bomb, perfect in the vaporizer. All right, so this should be an indica dominant strain, and according to Elli Hou's website, it is. So that's the type of effects I'm expecting. Let me sit back, let them kick in. I'll come back and let you know how I feel. All right, I'm back. Now, at first, after 5 minutes, I started feeling indica effects. They were coming on strong, they were coming on heavy, but here I am about 10 minutes later, and I'm feeling really right in the middle, hybrid type of effects. And I feel very lucid and I feel very clear-headed, almost like a CBG, but better. So I say that, in my opinion, this is a hybrid strain, maybe a little bit indica leaning, but I put it right in the middle. It's not super heavy. It's potent enough. It's not the most potent thing I've ever had. It's not super potent. It's potent enough, but it's not gonna make you fall asleep. I don't feel drowsy or sedated or anything like that. I would actually say that this would be a great strain to smoke in the evening, not necessarily at nighttime, not during the day, but in the evening where you want to relax, cook, eat, watch some TV, but you're not trying to go to sleep. So like I said, this isn't the most potent strain. If you're looking for something super potent, like one of them ones where your eyes is gonna be, halfway closed and stuff, you're not gonna get that from this. What you are gonna get is a nice relaxation, mood uplifting, a nice chill strain that's not too heavy or energizing. So the wedding cake from Elli Hou, definitely giving that the Shabazz seal of approval. Much better than the wedding cake they had last year. I mean, hey, Elli Hou Farms has been doing this for, 3-4 years already. They're getting a lot of practice in, they're learning how to grow, and it shows in the product. All right, let's check out this sour lifter. Actually, this is the Super Sour Lifter, and that is a super stupid name. That's not Elli Hou's fault. That's Oregon CBD with their geriatric strain names that they be giving their strains. Lifter is bad. Sour Lifter is bad. Super Sour Lifter is horrendous. If you're gonna cross all these Gorilla Glue and stuff into these strains, then incorporate the names of those good genetics into this. I don't know what the Crawford brothers are thinking. All right, test results on that. This actually only comes in at 5.2% CBD, 0.14% total THC.
That's a damn shame.
So the Super Sour Lifter, this is one of the lowest testing strains I think we've had on the channel. Check that out in the bag. All right, let's give this a smell test. Now y'all know I don't really like Lifter. I don't care for the terpenes. Huge night and day difference between regular Lifter and Sour Lifter. Sour Lifter is really better. It still wasn't a favorite of mine though. Let's see what the Super Sour Lifter is all about. Ooh, smells way better. It smells like if you took Sour Lifter and crossed it with Sour Tsunami. You would get this. This has a very strong, sour, citrus profile. This smells very similar to Sour Tsunami actually. It smells good, nothing like Lifter. It's all citrus, all sour. Let's get it out onto a tray. All right, so once again, you have very tightly manicured, trimmed nugs, relatively dense, very nice nug structure. Not as big as that wedding cake, but still nice sized nugs, nice cure on it. And this is a fresh harvest too. This bud is fresh, but it definitely still has a nice cure. There's no grass, no hay smell whatsoever. Of course, it'll get better with more cure, but the cure on it so far is more than sufficient. I'm actually really impressed by the terpene profile on this, considering that it's a Lifter strain. The terpene profile on Lifter sucks. I don't know, it smells like mildew and like, I don't know. I don't like Lifter. This smells really good. However, the test results on this are not so hot. But if you like Lifter, you like Sour Lifter, and you want to try the even more new and improved version, Super Sour Lifter, here you go. Looks good, smells good. Not sure how those effects will be though. All right, next strain, we got the Chem Fruit Funk. Now, that's an interesting, appetizing name. Not sure the genetics, once again. Let's check out the test results though. 15% CBD, 0.56% total THC. So good, mid-range, above mid-range. Numbers on that, definitely very respectable. Never tried this strain before. I don't even know of any other vendors that have this strain. Let's check it out. What? This has a very, trying to place the smell. The funk part of the name is definitely accurate. The chem part, a little bit too. And I guess the fruitiness too does have a little bit of a sweetness to it. I wouldn't necessarily say it's a fruitiness, more of like a pastry sweetness, but still, I get the chem and I get the funk. It smells like, man, I don't know. You know when you have a party and people have all their drinks, their beer and their sodas and stuff, half full cups, and they just throw it in a trash can instead of dumping the liquid out. They throw it in the trash can, and when you take the trash out, there's this pool of like Orange Crush and Coca-Cola and beer and Sprite at the bottom of the trash can. That's kind of what this smells like. It's sour, it's sweet, it's kind of bitter, but in a good way though. You know, the funk part of the name, that's the most accurate because this sure is funky. All right, and again, we got some rock hard nugs. That little nugget, that's like rock. That's like impenetrable. This flower looks really nice. This has a lot of hues of purple on there, some dark reds, some dark oranges. This is a really colorful flower. I'm sure it looks beautiful on the plant. Same kind of theme going. Nice, tight trim, very manicured, definitely a good hand trim. Good cure, it smells good. It's got a nice bounce back when you squeeze it. I like what I'm seeing so far. Can you see how dense that nugget is? Like, that's just dense. I mean, it's rock hard, it's solid. I'm gonna smoke some of this. High resolution image here. Once again, do not try this with your hands. Make sure you have a grinder. Just like that wedding cake, this is super dense and incredibly sticky. Let's get to it. Nice sour, cushy taste. A little bit of harshness, not super bad, but it is there. Let's go for one more. The flavor's good on the smoke. This actually tastes really good. It has a sweet, sour, cushy taste. The smoke definitely has a little bit of a bite to it though. It's not unsmokable. I'm not coughing up a lung. My throat doesn't hurt or anything. It's just not perfectly smooth. All right, we got this in the vaporizer, 400 degrees. Let's see what that's talking about. Well, it has a decent taste. Still a little bit of a sting, a little bit of a bite in the vaporizer. The vaporizer has a good, clean taste, but I'm not blown away or overly impressed. It's not extraordinary. Tastes good though. Cushy, lemon limey type flavor. Still had a little bit of a bite though on the throat. So I think I'm gonna give this one about a 3.5 out of 5 on the smoothness scale. It could use a little bit of improvement, but it's not unsmokable. All right, on Elli Hou's website, they say that this is a hybrid strain. So I don't know, we never tried this before. I'm gonna sit back, let the effects kick in, and I'll come back and let you know how I feel.
5 minutes later.
All right, I'm back. And let me say, this is pretty potent. Definitely more potent than that wedding cake. This is for sure an indica dominant hybrid type strain. It's not a straight heavy indica, but it's definitely not right in the middle. I feel some weight in my torso, some pressure on the chest. My eyes feel a little bit heavy. I'm feeling a tingling in my stomach, the beginning of the munchies kicking in right now. I also have some bad cotton mouth kicking in. This is a relatively potent strain. I feel it. It's there. And like I said, it's indica dominant, so this is the type of thing that's gonna make you wanna sit down. And as I'm sitting here talking, it's getting a little bit more indica-like incrementally. So this is definitely a heavy hybrid. I do feel a little bit of sedation. I do feel a little bit lazy. Now, overall, I wouldn't say this is as good as that wedding cake. However, the effects are more potent. I'm still gonna give this the Shabazz seal of approval. For outdoor hemp flower, this is still really good. Outdoor hemp flower has improved a lot, but it still needs to come a long way. And I think for outdoor hemp flower, just because this isn't the best thing I tried today, this is still really good compared to outdoor hemp flower in general. All right, next strain up, we got Lemon Octane. And this one I actually know, this is Bubba Kush crossed with CBG. I'm not sure which CBG, but if you remember the OZ Kush, one of my favorite strains so far, is also Bubba Kush crossed with a CBG strain. I'm not sure on that one either. Well, CBG by itself has for the most part, has a really weak terpene profile. Bubba Kush, of course, has that good, cushy, classic profile though. All right, test results on this show, 15% CBD, 0.56% total THC. So again, a little bit better than average numbers, respectable. All right, that's what it looks like in the bag. All right, let's check this out. I'm really interested to see how this is gonna smell, if it's gonna be any bit similar to the OZ Kush. This is a very nice, cushy coffee aroma to it. I like it. I like it. It is similar to the OZ Kush. Not as loud, not as pungent, but it's a similar smell. Has a little bit of a citrus too, so I think Lemon Octane's not a terrible name for this. It definitely has some gassiness to it. That Kush, a little bit of a citrus, which probably comes from the CBG. Let's get it out onto a tray. Oh, got our first seed of the day. All right, so all of this today has been outdoor flower, and this is the first seed that I saw, so that's pretty good. Not to say that any of that other stuff isn't seeded, but it's definitely not heavily seeded, because looking over the buds and everything, just my initial glance over, I didn't see any seeds sticking out. We got one semi-mature seed right here. Aside from that though, these buds look good, they're robust, and again, dense. Really nice, tight manicured hand trim on there. Good cure. This stuff actually looks really good. This is some of the best looking flower, in my opinion, that we've seen today. Very classic cannabis look to it, but it looks good, it looks premium. There's a nice nug structure on them as well. I really like the way that these buds look. These are some good show buds. They're big, they're robust, very nice, vibrant orange pistils, contrasted against a really nice, uniform, bright green. This is good looking stuff, and especially good looking for outdoor hemp flower. I just really needed to see how this lemon octane tastes. A little bit of harshness, definitely the harshest thing smoked today. The flavor on the smoke, kind of a regular mild hemp flower taste. In the vaporizer, the vapor is smoother, the taste is much better. I'm getting a strong citrus flavor. Nothing to shout from the mountaintops about though. It's good, not extraordinary though, once again. I gotta stop recording this before this gets to some ridiculous time. I'll let you know what the effects are like and my final thoughts on the lemon octane down in the comments. All right, so needless to say, I'm really impressed by these strains from Elli Hou right here. I've always liked their flower every year, but you can definitely sense that they've gotten more experience in the flower. And this isn't even half of all the new strains that they dropped, so we might have to do another video on Elli Hou in the near future. Also, one thing I want to point out too is that they did raise their prices on these new strains a little bit. Still really good for what you're getting. It's a value, not a bad deal at all. Not nearly indoor prices or anything. Yeah, I think they're justified. Their product speaks for itself. Also remember, I'm not sponsored. Elli Hou didn't pay me to make this video. I'm not affiliated with them in any way. This was an honest, unbiased review. That's the review though, y'all. Thank you for watching. Make sure you check out my merch, link down in the description. Check out my IG, which is here, down in the description. You're interested in stocks or cryptocurrency, down in the description. I'm also on Patreon. Check me out there, link in the description. Hit like if you liked the video, hit me up down in the comments, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications. I appreciate each and every one of y'all so much. We're getting to the holidays, so happy holidays, everybody. Spend some time with your family. Appreciate what you have while you have it. I hope that y'all have an amazing rest of your day or night. I'll see you on the next video. Peace.
Take a deep breath, pal.
That's what I... Look at this. Somebody come look at this. Look at this. Somebody come and look at this. Look at this.
That's right, run.